we're gonna paint a cupcake today. The first step, you're gonna need everything that's in your kit, your paint, your brush. You'll need a paper towel, and you also need a pencil. Because with the pencil, we're just gonna draw a couple lines. So we have just the basic cupcake here. And on top of the cupcake is a cherry. So I'm just gonna make, with my pencil, I'm just gonna make a line that kind of separates my cherry from my cupcake. And then I'm gonna make a line that separates my top of my cupcake from the bottom. And I'm gonna make this line kind of wavy. That looks good to me right now. All right, so now we could start painting. What I like to do is I like to have something on the table to protect your table. And then I have my paint over here. I have my red, white, and blue. And then I have my paintbrush. So you're gonna need your paintbrush. And the first step, I'm gonna paint my cupcake just where the frosting is white. And as I paint it, I am also going to paint the sides. If you get a little cherry and a little in your wrapper, that's okay. After I do the first coat, I'm gonna let it dry for a couple seconds, and then I'll start going back and putting a second coat. Now I'm going to start painting my cupcake bottom. I'm going to do it blue. So I'm just going to start painting it, and once again, 2 coats and the edge. And then we'll come back and add a little detail. So I put 2 coats of blue on my bottom, and now I'm just going to do my cherry. My cherry is going to be red. Once my cherry is finished, we're going to get into some detail. For my detail, I'm going to put light blue stripes on my cupcake like liner, the bottom of it. So I'm going to make on one of the caps of the paints, I'm going to make like a light blue. So I take white and just a tiny bit of blue. And I'm going to make a little light blue. Then with this light blue, I'm just going to make stripes on my bottom. You don't want too much paint on your brush. Once I'm finished with that light blue, I'm actually going to add a little bit of red to it. Let's see if we can make a little purple. Add a little red to it. Then I'm going to add a little blue. I'm going to try and get a little purple. All right, so that looks good. And so I gave you a whole bunch of like gems and buttons that we could use as sprinkles, but I'm also going to show you how you can use the back of your paintbrush to add sprinkles. So what I like to do is I just use the back of my paintbrush. I'm going to use that purple first. Just put a little bit of paint on there, and you could just make little dots for sprinkles. And usually the bigger your brush, the bigger the handle will be, so the bigger the dots will be. All right, so I'm gonna go for my next color. Once I finished with one color, I am just wiping it on my paper towel. I'm gonna go for my blue next. And these are just acrylic paint, so if you have any other acrylic paints, you could use them as well. While I'm using the back of my brush too, I'm also going to just put a little white on the back of your brush, and I like to put a little light reflection inside the cherry. And then I'm gonna let this dry, and then we could come back and we could add some buttons for sprinkles as well.